Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to the show.
And now, your hosts of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Champions of the World, the Wizard CZ, and Never Wrong Nick Bull.
What up, everybody? Hello. Happy midweek to you. We are coming to you live for a very special edition of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the podcast by the fan, for the fan. Of course, we are powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, colored by Ryan Allison Tattoo, and protected by Jared Zook of Country Financial. I say special because we're going head-to-head with Dynamite. I like our chances. I think we got a lot more interesting things going on here than what's going on, but that's neither here nor there. Of course, welcome to the show. I am your host, Never Wrong, Nick Bull. I would be remiss if I did not introduce to you my tag team partner. We are co-champs of the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Championship Network. Open challenge. We're ready. Who's going to come take him? He is the one. He is the only. He is the Wizard CZ. Wiz, how you doing?
Man, I am feeling really good. And if you are watching us live, you can see we've got a full house here, bringing everybody in hot. I'm excited because we're talking WrestleMania. It's as I've been saying all week, it's Wrestle Christmas, baby. I'm ready to go.
Are you excited because it's wrestling or WrestleMania, or are you excited because you got a week of vacation?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, maybe.
Yeah, I bet. Well, dude, let's get started here. Let's bring in our guest. Be cordial.
All right. I'll take the first one here.
You go right ahead.
I would love to say he's a man outstanding in his field, but he's not standing. He's in a tractor. We're going to welcome Brandon the Shank Eubanks. Shank, how you doing, buddy?
You know me, man. Turning dirt, flipping and rolling. Doing God's work here. You know how it goes.
That's right. He's out there doing God's work, and he's had all day to think about, probably more than all day, about what he's got on his mind for WrestleMania. I can't wait to hear.
Oh, we excited.
I can't wait to hear. But before we bring in Shank and get his opinions, I am going to bring in a fellow member of the For Frequency's Sake Network. He is the host of Educated Ignorance. He also is a play-by-play announcer for QC Sportsnet. Is that correct? Yes. He is Joe the Show Winkel. Joe, welcome to the show. Welcome back. How you doing?
Back in your life, like a 7-foot-tall guy wearing a suit of yourself looking like a giant or whatever.
Giant Gonzalez. Yeah. Oh my God.
Back in your life, like using ether to make someone pass out to keep your undefeated WrestleMania streak. This is your boy. Also, host of a brand new podcast, Burdened by the Bear. First episode was today. If you like football and you like the Bears, go check that out. But good to be here.
Hold on. That's a perfect segue because we got a guy here that absolutely hates the Bears.
Let's go.
Our third and final guest, and we're going to open this thing up here. It's all WrestleMania after this, I promise. He is the play-by-play voice of SCWPro. He has been a longtime friend of both myself and CZ, and of course, he's a friend of the Card Subject to Change podcast. If there's a bigger wrestling fan out there, I want to know who he is. Show me. Please welcome to the room, Sir Timothy Regal.
Thank you, the honorable one. Thank you, CZ. Guys, it is WrestleMania week. I can't say weekend anymore. It is on Wednesday, and we are literally off and running. Got the WWE ID Championship Tournament first round kicking off right now in Vegas. But I'm super pumped up, man. It's WrestleMania, as I say, where Tiffy time is hot and tariffs are not. So
that's a bar. That's a BAR capital.
Man, we got plenty here to discuss. I think I could speak for the room. We're all excited for WrestleMania as wrestling fans. But how come the build hasn't been as good as it was last year? And am I being cynical by complaining about it?
No, you're being a
think
fan
you
who
are.
wants better.
I'll tell you. I think part of the. You know what? I'll kick us off. I think your biggest problem is the problem with WWE is they've got this guy, right, who he doesn't, he's not there very often, but occasionally he'll just show up out of the blue and decide that he wants to change the entire booking and make everything about himself, and then decide, oh, I'm not going to show up again for another month or two. Oh yeah, that's that guy, that Dwayne guy. Yeah, I think if you paid attention, I hate to say, I think The Rock is part of the problem. The story going around is that he actually wanted Cody to turn heel, and they kind of had to talk him out of it, and then they do this whole gimmick with Cena, and then The Rock hasn't been on TV since. So what is going on?
I mean, I know he's not advertised, but we got to think The Rock's going to show up in some capacity, right? I mean, Cody's seen as a pretty big deal. Rock was kind of there when this whole thing kicked off. You'd think we'd see him on night 2. Shank, are you as excited this year as you were last year for WrestleMania?
Not a chance. Not a chance. No, not really.
And why is
Not
that?
really. I don't know. I think the Cody thing was kind of the big. Everybody was excited for that. Yeah, definitely pretty good call on the Rock thing. I'm annoyed of it. I really don't want to watch any of that, but I don't know. I've also at the same time, I haven't been watching, I haven't been paying attention. Obviously, we're probably reason why we haven't been paying attention too much, but yeah, I don't know, man. It I think the big thing is like it was such a big thing for Cody last year. It's hard shoes to fill. That's kind of a big one. You kind of got to have it down, don't you? And I don't know. Somebody told me some statistic where it's like every 7 years WrestleMania is bad, and this is number 7. This is like that time period. So maybe this is just a bad WrestleMania to have.
Is it
Wow.
kind of like when you
That's an
have
interesting
the
theory.
match of the night
I'm gonna
before the main event, and it just kind of sucks the wind out of things?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I'll just be drunk, dude. It doesn't matter. That's all that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be in Prentice's house, tits up, probably fucking by 7:30. Show's not even gonna be started. I will be the pre-show. So yeah, what are you gonna do about it, man?
It's gonna be him, Invisible Man, and Invisible Stan in a trios match.
No, it's Invisible
Game,
Man,
cocaine.
Invisible Stand versus me and Venkit. We're teaming now. Me and Venkit are now. We're gonna start teaming. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Now we're talking.
Joe, let me get your thoughts. What's your excitement level? Can't be as high as last year, right? Going into Mania?
No, it's certainly not. God, they did such a good job on the international shows.
They did. I don't mean to interrupt you. They killed the international shows this year. I almost feel like it was. I felt like it was a slap in the face, but then I was like, they do deserve it. Sorry, continue.
The first Cena promo was great. Now mainly it's Raw. SmackDown as a television product for the last like 5-6 months has been really bad. I don't watch on a weekly basis, but when I do pay attention, it's like, how do you get through these 3 hours? And it's like, think of the guys that they don't have wrestle on television. This first Cena promo was really good. The second one was redundant. The Cena Cody actual back and forth was 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. It was amazing. And then John Cena went away for 2 weeks. Now, hopefully he'll be on Friday's show. I would hope. But that London show where that 60 minutes or 75 minutes of like the Cena Cody promo, that then and then about an hour after that, Gunther murdered Jimmy Uso in front of his brother, and like was shotgunning his blood out of a water bottle. It was fantastic. That was kind of the peak of the WrestleMania build, and ever since then, it's kind of been a wet fart. Now, there were a couple things on Monday's show that were decent. Like a couple weeks ago, like the Damian and Drew brawl was kind of fun. Some of the Punk Roman Seth stuff has been okay. Nick is never wrong. He was right. The fact that it's just 3 guys that kind of are arguing and there's nothing really at stake. Nick wins. It doesn't feel as big as it should. I take the L on that one. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see how it happens, but they have fallen short. You kind of said at the beginning, you posed the question, I'm paraphrasing kind of, but you were saying, why has it fallen flat? And it feels like our good friend Triple Paul and his buddy Nick Khan are a combination duo high on their own supply, and they're running out of ideas, which sucks. I hope this isn't a trend for the long term, but I think the shows this weekend will be fun. But man, we have kind of had to struggle to get here over the last few weeks.
I'll tell you what. As much as we're criticizing it, there's still plenty of matches on both these nights that I want to see, and they've done a good job of building. I just think they're missing big on 2 matches, and we'll get more into that. CZ, give me your thoughts. Are you as pumped this year or not? And then I'm going to give you the wheel of the ship and have you steer which way we go next.
No, I mean, it really, like I said a little bit ago, it feels like last year was so huge. It's like you have the best match of the night before the main event, and then the main event is just dead. I'm not saying that this WrestleMania is completely dead, but it definitely doesn't feel like a WrestleMania should. With few exceptions. I mean, there are, like you said, there's matches both nights that I'm looking forward to seeing, want to see the payoff, but a lot of it seems like the writing is on the wall as to where things are going. And I don't know. I guess I'm just not sure I feel as hyped as I have in the past. I'll just say the past 3 years. Because let's look at the past 3 years. You had Cody's return. You had Cody's first match with Roman. And I'm not trying to focus on Cody, but then he finishes the story. He was the centerpiece and the focal point of really 3 WrestleManias for a good extent of the time. And now, like Joe said, the focal point is kind of more on The Rock and John Cena. And Cena hasn't been there for a couple of weeks.
And neither one's been. The Rock hasn't been. We haven't seen The Rock since Cody told him to fuck off. And Cena hasn't been on TV in 3 weeks. Like, that's the problem.
Well, his feelings are hurt. That's why he hasn't.
That's true. That is
he's
true.
upset.
The Rock has just been standing in front of a mirror doing this for the last 60 days.
Tapping his arm. I feel like there's a problem with 2-night manias. I feel like this happened last year. They kind of avoided this, but I feel like this has been a problem with 2-night manias. In a 2-night mania, there's a really well-built card, but we're stretching it out over 2 nights and filling it with stuff that just isn't. But overall, I'm excited for the weekend, but I feel like, there's some stuff that I'm excited about. There's some stuff I'm not. And as we start breaking it down, I'm going to have I guarantee you, I'm going to have a hot take or 2 here. So,
and real quick to add on what Regal said, if I may, he's got a great point. You think of the 2-night manias we've had since the old Demi, since the Pandy Wandy, 30, I'm not even going to count the one at the Performance Center. We were just all happy that, God, they were wrestling and things were happening on television. The year after that 2-nighter, I thought the first night was a bit better than the second night, though the main event of the second night, the triple threat with Roman, Danielson, and Edge, I thought was fantastic. 38 had some moments throughout each one, but there were also some weak points. 39 has probably been the best combined 2-nighter. Night 1 was an all-timer. Night 2 was fun, had one of the best matches in Mania history in that triple threat IC title match. And if it wasn't for them screwing up the finish of the final match, even though in hindsight they technically didn't because it all worked anyway, that kind of just made everybody think Night 2 sucked, even though it didn't. And I remember last year specifically, Night 1 disappointed the hell out of us because the 3 of us, Nick, you, CZ, and myself, we did a show after Night 1, and we were really disappointed about how that card just kind of, other than the tag match to finish the show just didn't really hit. Night 2, though, was sensational. And I'm worried this year, too. I don't know which night's going to be better or worse, but I think Regal had a great point. So far, we haven't stuck the landing outside of 39 on both nights being grade A, which it sucks, but I don't mind the 2-night thing. It makes a whole weekend out of it. You get more people on the card. You have the chance to build more stories. The problem is like we don't have enough people wrestle on weekly television, and we don't have enough stories to build. It's go on an hours about certain things, but I understand Regal's take. And I'm not sure which night will be better than the other, but there are obviously fun stuff about both that we will be looking forward to.
Well, let me ask this, and we'll go around the room, and I'm going to start with you, Regal, because I already know your opinion, and I want it spread out for the world. What starts the show? Because that first match on Saturday night is going to set the tone for the entire weekend. Where do you book that?
What starts the entire WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I'm deviating. You usually have the Triple H or something that comes out and talks. I'm not even doing that this year. We play the opening package, and yeet. Jay comes down through the stands, the entire stadium doing the yeet. You get that instant image, and that to me is how you start the entire weekend for WWE.
Are they going to have the foresight to allow the Roman and Jay connection to actually have a meaning on Saturday? Like, I've been begging, please have these two, now that Roman's actually like a good guy and they're not teaming, have Roman have a moment of humanity, especially now when now everyone's betrayed him. The Usos super kicked him. Solo turned on him. His whole family's gone. The Rock is, him and John Cena are making out. John Cena is the new hot girlfriend at school while Roman has been dumped. He has been left for the new quarterback, transferred in, and took his job. I want Roman and Jay to have a moment where Roman, like I've been saying, like Roman should be the one to put the title on him if Jay wins. It's either that or I want to see like last year when Sammy walked to the ring for the Gunther match and Kevin Owens was there and they had a little moment beforehand. Like, I don't know if it's a weird thing to be mad about, but if there's not a Roman and Jay interaction on Saturday, I will be very disappointed because for Roman's character, it has to happen. I think, but that's just an off script take by me. Nick and CZ have been hearing that for months though.
Yeah. Shank, what are your thoughts on where to start WrestleMania this year? I mean, you've got some decent matches Saturday night, and I don't know, I tend to agree that I think starting it with Jay coming out right off the gate is going to be a hot start, but where do you stand on that?
Well, being a guy who's never ran a wrestling show in his entire life, or knows anything about that, we do our system. We call it the bridge system. One hot main event. That should be your two hot matches, and you bridge it in between. I'm agree with Timothy on this one, man. That start with that match, and then come out with a hot one. You got your main event. What's going to be your second hottest match? That to me, that's what should be the next one. How many times have we started our show with a title match? And people go absolutely off for it. I'm in for it, man. I like that. Start something hot. Give them what they want. Give it to them right away.
Especially WrestleMania. Traditionally, WrestleMania has started with title matches where it might be an IC title match, might be a tag team title match. But you go down through Mania history, a lot of openers are either like secondary titles or even, especially in the split title brand, where you almost always had one of the title matches, whichever wasn't the hotter title match, opening the show, like Edge versus Alberto Del Rio. Unfortunately, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan.
Oh, I love that match. I love that match.
CZ, can we go ahead and go into, since we're all in agreement, this should open the show, should we probably start with this, I guess?
Absolutely. I'm completely in agreement with that.
So I can come out swinging with the first take. Here's the first take. the yeet to open the show is going to be great, but there is no reason at all, in any way, shape, or form, that Gunther should be losing this title. Gunther, in my opinion, should be the forever World Heavyweight Champion. The guy is amazing. He completely owns Jay on a microphone. The image of him just covered in the blood was absolutely amazing. And honestly, I don't think Jay's the guy. The other reason I think that Gunther should retain, there's a guy that's there that should be the next guy, but it's not Jay Uso. The next guy
Nick,
should be Braun Breaker.
That I can definitely agree with that. Nick, watching your reaction to that, do you need help putting your eyes back in their sockets over there?
Sometimes, Regal and I are on the same page here. Everybody knows Gunther's my guy. I love him because he's simple, he's a throwback, and he kicks the shit out of people, and he's no nonsense. And as a fan,
he's believable.
He's believable. He takes the shit seriously. Like, he fucking takes his job serious, and I love that about him, okay? Doesn't need the pyro. He just comes in and just kicks the shit out of everybody. He has destroyed Jay at every single turn. I have nothing bad to say about Jay other than I don't think he's World Heavyweight Championship material. He's not. He's just not. Like, if they're taking it off Gunther, which, shake the 8-ball up, all signs point to yes. I've been kind of starting to grieve these last few days. So when it does happen, I'll be fine. And the rest of the show, I can try to enjoy. But I'll tell you what, if Gunther retains, then what for Jay? So they've kind of, in my opinion, they've written themselves in a corner here where Jay has to win. And if he doesn't, no one's going to, I believe Gunther should be the champ. I don't think that Jay should be the one to take it off him.
I fully agree. My big thing is if this was a real fight, like, who's going to win? Let's be fucking real here. Who's going to take that ass? Like, that's how I'm big on that. Gunther is an absolute unit. That dude is a freak show unit. And he can cut a promo. Love that guy.
I do think Jay has some good mic skills.
I'll give you that.
I agree.
The problem is too many, like the promo he cut it was 2 weeks ago with him and Gunther, and he was talking about, I'm not afraid of you anymore, when he actually has emotion and he is on point and he's not just being the yeet man all the time. That's when he's awesome. It's what made his story arc in the Bloodline. It was fantastic. The Jey Uso story arc in the Bloodline melodrama, made for TNT, which was great. It's Jey Uso's story was fantastic because his emotional role in it. There's just too many times where he's just doing the whole, he says his gimmick is he says yeet, and it's funny. They've done a good job of making it to where he is way more serious in this feud. I'm okay. Listen, the artist formerly known as Walter is my guy. Love him dearly. My big baby boy. That's what he is. I'm okay with him losing in this spot as long as Jay doesn't let Gunther reset, get ready to build him. Maybe we get him maybe he tries to take the belt off of spoiler alert, maybe he tries to take the belt off of Peacemaker at some point during his championship reign if he's going to win on Sunday night. We'll see. That would be a fun match. Regardless, as long as Jay doesn't have a crazy long reign, because he doesn't have to, this match is for the moment for him to win. Congrats on getting naturally, organically over the last year. Here's your world championship moment. You don't have to hold the belt too long. It'll probably be till SummerSlam because they're lazy on how they do major championship changes. They can only happen at like certain pay-per-views nowadays. Regardless, that's just me being petty.
Also, being a part of the Samoan family helps.
Yeah, but I do think Jay is legitimately good. And like ever since the
Yeah, but
pandemic,
his name's
once
Jay Smith, nobody cares.
that's a
The
fair
Uso name helps.
that's a very fair point. I'm not saying you're wrong there at all.
Never wrong.
Never wrong. Look, the hot take that I had was I always had thought that he should have been the guy that dethroned Roman because the story was being told that he was going to be the one to do it. Now I love Cody, obviously, so there's no, I'm not mad that that's what happened, but I do love Gunther. If he did win, Nick and I would probably start jumping around and we would be hugging like dads at a basketball game that, that our children just won. Like that would be us.
I'll be happy. I mean, I'm preparing myself for the worst. I mean, Jay's going over, right, guys?
I think so. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm just saying that I don't
happen.
think it's going to be the end of the world. I don't think it's going to be a terrible thing that it'll happen. It'll suck, but I don't think it's this like, oh my god, what a dress. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think you're saying that either. It's just that's just my opinion.
Jay's going to go over, and here's the thing: Gunther's going to be fine in the end. Whether it's a, move over in a draft and feud with Cody, whether it's, something else, and then he eventually gets back to it. Gunther will be fine. But yeah, and you've booked it in a way Jay has to win, and I like what Joe said that promo 2 weeks ago when he was up in Gunther's face. That was the only time I felt like Jay actually had a main event. I hated the promo on the announce table on Monday night. That where it's a little bit too much of the pause, let the crowd do the yeet. This is a moment where he should be more serious and like he should be cutting that promo straight away, not pause, let them do the yeet because, and that speaks to a bigger thing in WWE of the audience participation part of WWE has become so important to the presentation that guys are over because of their entrances. Now, Jay is good in the ring.
Guys are going to win a world championship because they're over with the audience, not because they deserve it.
Yeah, well, and is this that scenario where somebody's gimmick with the audience got so over that he's going to get a world title out of it? Now, I might be wrong. Jay could rise to the occasion. Rising tide lifts all boats. Jay could take this world title reign and run with it. Here's the thing. I don't think Jay's going to have a very long title reign. I think there's somebody's lurking right underneath him that I think is the future. So,
and that is
that would be again the I got it. I just blanked on the name, but one Mr. Braun Breaker.
Okay.
The unpredictable badass, I believe, is what I was looking for there.
Let me spin this for you. If Jay does come away with the win, is that a precursor for what happens in the Cody Cena match? Are they really going to change both titles on Mania weekend?
They can.
I know we're not there yet. It just
way to skip ahead. Jeez.
Yeah, just doing the first match of the weekend and the last match of the weekend. Gosh, all you care about are the buns. You don't care about the meat and the fillings.
Hey, I am addicted to carbs, so there is
there
that.
We go.
Bring on the bread. But no, I mean it doesn't. I can see where they will do it, but it just doesn't feel right for them to change both titles in one weekend to me, and I don't have a reason why. It just my gut says that shouldn't be done, and I know we'll talk more about Cena and Cody as we get there, but I don't know. I would love to see Gunther come away with the win, but it's not going to happen. Jay is super over, and that earned him his world title shot, or his world title reign, I should say.
It is
and I
just
hope the
him,
match delivers.
It is just him, Moose. At the end of the day. I try.
All right, let's book the rest of night one.
Okay.
Let's book the rest of night one. So we've got Gunther and Jay kicking off the show. I think we're all in agreement here that happens. We got 7 matches on night one.
Right.
If you want me to go down the matches so you can guess what's going to be next or say what's going to be next, I'll say the card here real quick.
I have a guess on what the second match would be. It's between one of two matches.
I'm not mentioning the triple threat match. There's your main event, so I don't even that's going on last. There's no question. So we've got the tag team match for the world tag titles. That's the War Raiders versus the New Day. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Your men's U.S. title is LA Knight against Jacob Fatu. WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair. Those are your options.
I think the second match in night one will be Jade Cargill, Naomi.
It's between that or the tag match for me.
I think entrances. I think Jade and Naomi actually is the semi-main.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because the entrances for both of them will look better in darkness. I think your I'm going to guess probably tag title match is the next matchup.
Okay. Shank, what would you do? You've done a few of these before.
Yeah, no, I've fantasy booked a couple things. I'd do the Lucha match, but that's just me, dude. I mean, I feel like those two are going to go out there and have a great match, but I don't know. I have a crush on Gable. I'm going to be real. We already know this after the last time I was here. I'm a huge crush on Gable, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. My bad. Bro, this is why I don't wear a mask anymore. I ruined it for everyone.
When is Chad Gable going to catch a break and get on a big,
Gable got left off media again.
Chad, he did.
Let's talk tag match here real quick. Because I agree. I think that Naomi Cargill will both get giant entrances and whatnot. Let's go the War Raiders versus the New Day.
It took them long enough.
It
took us long enough to get here for the New Day to win the tag titles, but hey, we're here. We've only been asleep at the wheel for 5 months since they turned heel.
I hate to say it, but the New Day is coming away with the tag titles, and Nick, I know your feelings on the New Day. Joe, you hit the nail on the head. They're since their heel turn, they have just stalled out.
Stupid. I love the New Day, for the record. Kofi's the GOAT.
I enjoyed the New Day. I haven't enjoyed their heel run. It seems kind of flat. It seems like there could have been more there, but I definitely think they're going to be the War Raiders for their 9 millionth tag title run.
Yeah, they've gotten so lazy, man. That's the problem with the product right now. They've gotten lazy, and I don't know if it's because I heard this theory. And I'm sorry if I'm going off course here, but I promise I'm going to land the plane here. So trust me on this one. All right, CZ.
All right.
Just give me my aircraft. You ever seen the movie Sully? It's my aircraft. We're not going to hit birds and land
or a building.
Or a building. Jeez, too soon. Or too late.
Favorite holiday.
I like this guy. He gets it. We're
American. Friends now.
Exactly.
We like each other. I love you.
Do you want to build, or do you? Wait, do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a theory I've heard about how when you become like new bookers have like 5 years before they kind of run out of steam and people start not liking them. I don't know if we're at that point. When would be 5 years for Triple H? We're only at like year 3 or 4, but God, I feel like we're running out of steam because I feel like the stuff the moments that are great are awesome and they feel planned out and they feel gravitas and holy shit, this moment was perfect. Remember when we were all together for Elimination Chamber? Every little aspect throughout that night, from the beginning match, from literally the first thing they book on the show, which is Jade Cargill running out to the ring, acting like she's gonna, she doesn't rip the door off the cell. They just decided to not shut it. She walks into the chamber. She pump fakes like she's going to kill Liv and literally murders Naomi in front of everybody while Bianca looks like is in the chamber acting like her parents are getting slaughtered in front of her. It was superb. The Kevin-Sammy match, God rest Kevin Owens' soul, not literally, but you get what I'm saying. That match was incredible. The Cena-Cody stuff at the end was amazing. The high points are great, but God, it feels like there's a lot of in between those high points, whether it's actual spots in big feuds or just like these certain things where one thing will happen, and then I feel like stuff just gets lost. I don't know what it is, man. And the New Day is a casualty of that war. They turn heel. It's cool. Let's do this thing, and then wet fart noise. Like
it's like when your grandma has a favorite, like when your cousin's your grandma's favorite, but she still has to buy you gifts too, but you get like crayons.
An avocado, thanks.
Literally, all I can say about this match is it's a tag match. The New Day are winning, and are the War Raiders going to be bikers or Vikings? We don't know.
Bikers? Yes.
Why don't
Hear
we
me out.
combine and make them
Viking
Vikings?
bikers, come on!
The Viking Raiders.
The Viking
Raiders.
The Viking bikers.
Oh,
my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think the New Day are going over here, which is unfortunate. The War Raiders are healthy and have seemed to hit their stride. But I'm guessing I think they're going to go a different direction here and go with the New Day. Interesting. Next, we've got 2 championship matches left and 2 singles matches left to book because, of course, the triple threat is going on last.
I think third matchup, I would say this is where you put El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio.
yes. I was just going to say that. I agree. This is, you kind of have the hot match to start with Jay. You go into the tag match that really, I don't know if I speak for anyone else, but it kind of just is like, it's a tag match. It's there. We know what's going to happen. And then you have what is sure to be a spitfire of a match between Ray and El Grande Americano. That's going to be a barn burner in my opinion because El Grande Americano is excellent. He has tremendous ring skills. Like it's almost like he learned them from Chad Gable.
Yeah. I mean,
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
If this was an AEW, do you think they would have bought the rights to La Bamba?
Could you imagine?
I'm not gonna lie. There might or might not be a WWE storyline getting stolen from them for us, and I might become El Vastico, the Shank in Spanish.
Uh-oh.
And La Bamba might be my theme song. Oh my God!
It's El Picanho.
We were just talking about you, broski.
I know my ears are burning.
What is happening right now?
That's why they tell you not to lay your head down on the toilet while you're puking in the public bathroom in the gas station, man. That's how you get chlamydia in your ears.
Jesus.
God
damn.
I call that. Hey, that's just 98 to me, brother.
That's why I wear this mask.
Can I
the stars and bars will protect you.
I'm gonna hot shot book how this match should end. All right, are you guys ready? Buckle up. Okay, I don't know the names for them, but all of a sudden, you don't have to do a whole AEW gimmick where every time somebody runs in, the lights go out. But all of a sudden, referee distracted. Rey Mysterio's going to go for the 619, and all of a sudden, what is it? Who's the woman in the American-made stable?
Ivy Nile.
Ivy Nile, wearing a mask, trips up Rey Mysterio. All of a sudden, these 2 large white dudes, also wearing masks, come in and hit a double team. And here they are, El Grande Americano and El Grande Los Credos, Mexican made.
I am.
It's right there, man. Come on.
I am looking forward to this match.
Oh my God!
Like Shank, I have a crush on Gable. Look at Gable and what he's done with every gimmick they've given him. He's taken it,
crushed it,
and he's crushed it. He's not quite on the level of Kurt Angle.
He should have been Kurt's son.
He's Kurt's son. He should have been Kurt's son. He absolutely should have been Kurt's son. And I think El Grande Americano is going to win this match by some nefarious means, I'm sure. But this thing's got to continue because Chad Gable is just knocking it out of the park. That thing is
I have a question. If he continues to is this considered a Hall of Fame type career? I mean, you're not, I know a lot of people are like, oh, but what about the belts? What about all these? He's, like you just said, smashed everything given to him. Why? Is that not just what you want as a HOF?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we were putting Michelle McCool in the Hall of Fame. That pretty much means you can get in the Hall of Fame for doing nothing. So,
Agreed, man.
Listen,
this guy.
Listen, she did
The
no,
Undertaker.
she
did Mark Calloway. That's what she did.
yeah, that's it.
She did the Undertaker.
So
That's what she did.
Jealous.
If we're throwing out people for the Hall of Fame, I'm going to make my bid again for Mantar. If anybody can get in, might as well throw Mantar in there, right?
Can I put a bow on El Grande Americano versus Ray real quick?
Yes.
I think this match is going to be fantastic. I am very interested to see. There is always the potential this could be Ray's final singles match at WrestleMania. The time frame we're getting to that time frame at this point. It's going to be interesting, and we've seen Ray. He can still turn it on when he wants to. I think they really want to get this gimmick over with Gable. I think this match is a barn burner, and yeah, I think Ray. It might be a little nefarious to kind of continue the angle for now, but I think Ray definitely puts Gable over here.
Hey, I have a question real quick. Do you think that's like you were just saying, it's kind of towards the end of his, run here in his career? Do you think him and Gable are going to go out there and try to pull a him and Eddie Guerrero from Halloween Havoc and try to put is this going to be are we talking full send?
I mean, they could. I think this match could steal the show if they do it right.
Agreed.
I firmly believe that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it has potential to steal the whole weekend if they do it right, in my opinion.
Let Gable, hang on. Yeah. Let him German suplex him out of the ring, 2 backflips. I'm in.
The question is will they allow it to happen? Will they let them have 15 minutes to just go be great? I hope they do.
All right. We've got to take a pause and a timeout because I've just been told by the tribal chief that I have to acknowledge him because I'm a fucking mark.
you are.
Love you, DJ, but no. DJ says that El Grande Americano should be known as Senor Americano. I can see where he's coming from, but I think that hits too close to home to Damian Priest's Senor Money in the Bank, in my opinion. It's too close together, too recent.
You're right there. You're right there. I think this is going to be match of the night. I really do. I got high expectations for this. I think this could be Ray's last Mania. You never know. If he gets an injury now, you'd be doubtful he comes back at this age. So I appreciate him while we still have him. And what better opponent could you have to go out there with Ray, a guy who's a pro, a guy who's going to protect them. They're going to put on a show. I can't wait for it. Can't wait for it.
So
now,
I'll tell you the next match that's going to come up.
Yep, let's hear it.
Since we're doing a wave, we've got the ups and we've got the downs. The next match that's going to hit after El Grande Americano gets his win is Charlotte taking her 15th title, and the crowd goes mild.
Bro, well, dude, I'd sniff Charlotte's ass.
Wow.
That's a bold take. She looks drawn out, dog. She looks like this.
Bro, you don't know me. I like them almost look like they've been through the ringer, done some crack. Oh, shit.
That makes sense. Everything makes sense now.
She doesn't weigh 97 pounds.
Yeah, dude. The only thing she kind of need like I've been eating McDonald's gut, like skinny fat. Oh, dude, skinny fat and a pair of Crocs. Fuck, hide your fucking trailer park because that's where I'll be.
Everything about this guy makes so much more sense now.
I mean,
You know-
I'm just happy that for once I'm not the horny one on the show.
No. I wouldn't say horny. I'm just like I got a little crush on her, dude. And I don't know. I liked her. I don't know why. I think it was like that mole at first, that thing on her chin. I was like, gosh, she's like Wicked Witch of the West. And I was like, she's kind of a bitch. I was like, fuck, you remind me of my ex-girlfriend.
This match is literally Snow White, like the mirror on the wall. And then Charlotte, all of a sudden one day the mirror showed Charlotte there was somebody there that was younger and better looking than she was.
Yep.
Mirror on the wall. Who is 0-3 of them all? You, Charlotte.
Can I just ask this, Shank? Is Charlotte's ass the only part of her that is not currently plastic?
No,
that's not bad.
First off, I highly doubt she got considerable an ass. I don't think she got one. She needs more squats in her life, man. That girl literally got no leg game.
What happened to her,
like,
bro? She was like, she
dude,
looks like
for real.
Bro,
What happened? What happened to her?
Bro?
3 divorces, bro.
In the pic, so in the like
Joe,
in the
Joe.
promo of no, hold on, in the promo where her and Tiffany, like that disgusting promo of like, why is Charlotte out here saying that Tiffany's man is in her DMs, like
Her DMs, yeah.
wild and just horrendous? Like, what is wrong with you, bro? Incredibly unprofessional. But whatever. Like her and Tiffany were kind of wearing the same style of outfit. And like
I noticed that.
And like Charlotte literally looked like she was a strung out like meth addict.
Dude, bad. Dude, Charlotte looks like she was the mom who used to be hot in high school, and then like 22 hit her hard, and she just started chain smoking cigarettes, drinking wine coolers, staying up late, eating a lot of junk food, taking dick in the ass.
So most guys would probably believe that somebody's boyfriend would cheat on them with Charlotte Flair, but when you called out Ludwig Kaiser, and Ludwig Kaiser became the first man ever to get accused of cheating, and no one in the world believed that was true.
Right.
So,
Right. Oh.
Hell yeah. Shout out to him. Honestly, he's got it made.
Huge shout out to Ludwig, especially since he posted in response to that. Shawn Michaels, do not flatter yourself.
Oh my God. Hey, no, real quick, shout out to Tiffany. She won. That girl got herself a man, dude. Let's go, Tiff.
I know you called it Snow White, Regal, but I think Charlotte is more Cruella DeVille.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
Yeah.
Or her Dalmatians.
Man, y'all really just undid all my feelings for her.
Once upon a time, she was desirable, but man, she really went Crypt Keeper this last go round.
I will say this match was ice cold, and then all it took was that one promo, and now everybody wants to see this match because they want to know what's going to happen. So whether it was somebody going off script or not, or whatever it was, good on them because they were able to get the heat back in this match in one shot.
So Ric Flair is going to be sitting front row, witnessing history twice on this night.
Oh my God!
It'll be Charlotte's 15th reign. That's most for women's, correct?
He'll witness it, but he won't remember it. So
and then he's going to be there, dude. I hope. Well, we'll talk about. Remind me to get to my Ric Flair take on the main event of night.
Will it count? Bro, does it count if he doesn't blade during it?
I mean,
hey, John Moxley is not on this card.
I mean, let's be real. The last time we saw Ric Flair do anything in a ring, I was sitting at Lopez worried he was actually dying.
Dude, I thought he was dying.
I was actually there.
Wait, in that tag match?
No, at the Ric Flair's last match.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, we went to what was that before SummerSlam, and then my buddy Bam, shout out Bam Bam Bundy from Memphis. He got some connections, so he got us free tickets. We didn't have to pay for them. Granted, it wasn't like it was. it was funny because when we showed up, there's a line around the building and doing like a little snake. And I'm like, oh my God, do we really got to? Because we're going to leave right after the show and drive back to Iowa. Like, I was tired as shit. We wrestled on Friday, went to wrestling on Saturday. Now I got to go watch Ric Flair die in a ring on Sunday. Yeah, so I got the only thing is, so I'm like a huge Jeff Jarrett mark. I fucking love Jeff Jarrett. So I'm a huge Double J fan. So I literally was like, listen, can we we got a long drive. Can we just watch him come out when they tie up, do a couple, and then we're out of here? He goes, Prentice was like, yeah, dude, let's get out of here. Yeah. We watched that, and you could just tell Rick was like, his heart was blowing up, dude, on the entrance. And I'm like, this is gonna be rough. Poor Rick. Yeah, it was kind of rough. It was poor Rick, but dude, it was cool because that was the first time I got to watch I think it was the Lucha Bros were there. Motor City Machine Guns were there. Dude, it was cool. Black Taurus. I like that guy. I think that guy is a freak, dude. I wish I could see his face though.
Charlotte wins. Rick does the gimmick where he throws his jacket off and elbow drops it.
Well, that's
on the floor, but doesn't get back up.
That's
gonna
be that's
how he goes out.
That's gonna be disappointment number 2 for me on that night because I'm down about losing and I'm down about Tiffany losing just because.
I hope Tiffany wins, man.
About Charlotte, like the fans.
They don't. I don't even think it's like heel heat. It's like get this bitch off of the TV heat.
She's got she's got the X-Pac go away.
Interesting observation I had last night as I was sitting at our good friends at Lopez Pizza, and we were watching. We had NXT on one screen, but we had WrestleMania from a couple of years ago on the other, and it was the Ronda Charlotte match. And I said, it's funny. A couple of years ago, everybody wanted Charlotte to win because we all hated Ronda. Now, 3 years later, everybody wants Tiffany to win because nobody likes Charlotte anymore. So, I hope Charlotte wins, or I hope Tiffany wins. It could go either way. And yeah, just kind of want to see how this match goes.
I'm interested to see where it goes, but I think Charlotte's walking away. Regal, thank you for bringing up Lopez. Just going to take a quick pause for the cause. We are powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, colored by Ryan Allison Tattoo, and protected by Jared Zook of Country Financial. Thank you so much for tuning into Card Subject to Change. This is our Wrestlemania panel show previewing all things Wrestlemania this weekend. What comes up next? We've got two matches left to book. We've got Jade Cargill Naomi, and we've got LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. You would almost think it's going to be LA Knight versus Fatu here in the next spot. I don't think they go back-to-back women. That's what
LA Knight, Jacob Fatu, and Jacob Fatu wins this match in 3 minutes.
Wow, you think he squashes him?
Yeah, if a match is going to get cut time, it's going to be this one.
I think this is a squash match. I think Jacob Fatu literally runs him over like a freight train and wins the title.
That's interesting because I actually think this match could be fun. But, yeah, I'm also okay if Fatu just murders him because he's amazing. He's great.
He's a scary-looking dude.
He's like the boogeyman, but because he starts to be doing the shakes and stuff like Boogeyman did.
He does kind of have the boogeyman shakes, man. But dude, if that guy started shaking, I'm running.
Instead of eating worms, he just eats people's faces. Like, goddamn,
bro. Boogie is one of the nicest dudes, man. That dude's a sweetheart.
I was going to say the same thing, and I'll touch on LA Knight and Jacob. I was going to say the same thing Regal said about this match about Jade and Naomi. I think Naomi's just going to lay down and die after a couple minutes. Jade's just going to kick the crap out of her.
I know. I think if anything, Naomi or the Jade Naomi match is going to be the squash. But either one could be.
I can see it either way. But
I'm interested. I'm going to tell you why I don't want Jade and Naomi to be a squash. Because here's the thing. At some point, you got to see if there's anything there with Jade. And I think this could be the moment where they try to see if there's anything really there.
Okay.
If Jade can go out there and have a competent match, then you can do something. We really have never seen if Jade can go like longer than 8 minutes. And eventually you have to test it out. You have to see if we have to say, can she go or can she not? Because if she can't, then you can't push her to the main event and put a title on her. So I think that Jade and Naomi get some time, and this match could be terrible, but I'm really hoping that we actually get a decent match out of it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I don't have anything to add to this one unless you guys do. I would agree that it's time to see what Jade Cargill can do. Put her out there. And I hope that she does well. I really do. I like her look. I like her entrance. Like how they present her, et cetera, et cetera. We will see.
It really is like they're throwing her into the deep end to see if she can swim, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. You're gonna find out real quick. What the world is watching. No. Let's talk about the most anticlimactic WrestleMania main event, where we have a triple threat for nothing. Roman Reigns, Seth
Nick,
Rollins.
I gotta stop because this is for something. This is for custody of Paul Heyman.
Well,
Wait. Is this Paul Heyman on a forklift?
I mean,
It might as well be.
Judy Bagwell is rolling over in her grave right now.
this is the return
that
of
would
Brock
pop
Lesnar, and then he gets Paul. No, I'm just saying. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. Yes, I'm excited to see these three guys get in there. The build has been very good. Sure, the Heyman thing. Aside from the Heyman thing, these three guys in the ring are gonna give us a match. They're gonna put on a good show. Of course, Heyman, in the balance, that whole thing. There's the outside chance he could walk out of there with Rollins. That theory has been floated out there. I just wish somehow, like, maybe the number one contendership was thrown in on this, or I just wish. A triple threat for nothing means nothing to me. It'll be fun, but I don't know. I'm just kind of bummed out about it.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. It should have been Roman and Punk one-on-one. We didn't need Seth in it. Which is, listen, Seth. I have a hot take for what Seth is going to be doing this weekend, and it's not going to be winning. It's not going to be winning on Saturday. That's for sure. Spoilers. This should be a lot better, but it's not. It's going to be cool to see Punk in the Mania match finally. I really wish it was him and Roman one-on-one, because God, that would be epic, right? Like, that would be something. The triple threat.
Wait, once we had that first episode of Netflix, back at the beginning of January, Netflix on Raw, Raw on Netflix, and it was Rollins and Punk, I kind of thought, okay, we're getting this now, so we're not getting this at Mania. We're going to get something else at Mania. But I guess technically we are, because Roman Reigns is added to the match. But that's neither here nor there. I think these guys are going to put on a good match. I really do. I just wish it was for something.
First off, I think we should all congratulate CM Punk on a main eventing night 4 of a buy one get one free extravaganza. But I think this match is going to be good. Obviously, I'm the most biased voice you're going to have in this, because it's a Seth Rollins match. But I have a wild card that Paul Heyman's actually going to have a new client by the end of the weekend, and it is not Punk, and it is not the Tribal Chief. That the Visionary may be in need of a wise man as well.
I've thought about that quite a bit over the last week or so. Really, when it comes down to it, for the advancement of his career, Rollins is the one of the three that would benefit the most from having Paul Heyman in his corner coming out of this year's WrestleMania. I really think it is, because what more can you do with Paul and Roman that they haven't already done? Punk and Paul have not been a thing for years and years. I know they're best friends, they say, but really at the end of the day, this would put a little shine in and give Rollins a different direction for his character if he does walk away with Paul in his corner after all is said and done.
Yeah, you're right. Seth Rollins does have the most to gain out of this. CM Punk did all this, came back, did all this because he wanted to main event a WrestleMania, correct? Well, he's main eventing a WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Roman, I think Roman's at a crossroads here because, the last time, was a long time ago that Heyman wasn't a part of Roman Reigns. So how's that going to look for the future of the landscape for Roman Reigns going forward? So I think Seth Rollins has the most to gain. And I'm going to be, we wanted to know what the favor was. We found out what the favor was. Now I got to see who he walks out of. I'm talking about Paul Heyman, who he walks out of Mania with on night one.
Yeah, I still think it'll be Punk. I'd be shocked if Seth wins because I think that's how. Maybe. I mean, who knows? But I think I don't know, because maybe Punk getting Heyman means you'd have to turn heel. I don't really know either. I wonder when we'll actually get a Punk Roman one-on-one match. I'm wondering what they do with Punk next. Roman's another guy who it's like I feel like he's kind of taking his foot off the gas lately. Would love for him to get back to doing more fun stuff. So I'm excited for the match. Just kind of not many story points to talk about with that one.
Right now I'm not excited, but like when it's going on, I'm going to be tuned in. I'll be.
Absolutely. I'll be dialed. Yeah, absolutely. So what do you guys think will open night 2?
I think this is where we get a Stephanie or a Triple H coming out, right?
Yeah, I think you get your Triple H promo here. I think. Well, here's the thing: Triple H is going to have the Hall of Fame pop spot.
Yeah, and he'll probably do one of his.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It won't be Triple H.
He'll probably do some elaborate entrance, like he'll ride in on Tigerback, and be carried in, and then be carried in by 7 nude women.
So he'll ride in on Tigerback. Are you saying that he's trying to steal some? That's gimmick infringement, if you ask me. Scott Steiner he didn't ride in on the Tiger, but he came in with the Tiger. You're kind of stealing a little bit of his shine there.
Well, hey, listen, imitation is a form of flattery.
Okay, fair enough. Match-wise, though.
As far as match-wise,
I'll give you the rundown of the matches. Here we go. Night 2, we have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defending their women's tag team championship against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. That's Regal's favorite. AJ Styles against Logan Paul. We've got that phenomenal fatal 4-way match I think every one of us is looking forward to. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. We've got the Sin City street fight. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Didn't we see this match last year? We've also got the triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. Of course, you can't see him, John Cena, and Cody Rhodes. So 7 matches on night 1, 6 matches on night 2. We know what the last match is going to be.
Also pending, currently pending, waiting the transaction. Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis? ?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Because we'll talk about that when the card's final, because there's a lot of notable people that aren't going to be on here, and it's got me just a little intrigued. We got main event. Okay, I'm putting right down Cody versus Cena. That's the main event. What are you opening the show with, guys?
On night 2, I think it should be the fatal, either the street fight or the fatal 4-way Intercontinental title match.
I think you go with the street fight as the opener.
You
I
think
could also possibly see AJ Styles and Logan Paul opening it. I know that's a bit of a long shot, and my money would be on either the street fight or the 4-way, but I can see them pulling a swerve and having AJ and Logan start the night off.
I would say the street fight.
You think street fight? Shank, what about you? What do you think?
My man's driving. He's out there.
But I think I'm done fucking up these end rows is what I think I'm done doing. Jeebus crazy, boys. We're talking wrestling, and then my boss is talking about firing me. Holy shit. Dude, give me a street fight. You know me. I like a good old-fashioned fisty to start. And no, not that way, boys. Come on. Get your head out of the gutter.
I wasn't even
Charlotte's not a fisty type. Come on. But yeah, no, give me God, I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. I think I've been dropped damn too many times on my head. I think the dust out here is getting to me. I don't know.
It's taking too many brain
You're
busters.
tuned into Card Subject to Change After Dark.
Let's go. Yeah, no, give me a street fight, dude. I like a good old-fashioned street fight. Now, here's my thing, though. If it is a street fight and we're in Sin City, I better see some people in the street in Vegas. I want to see somebody get bombed on a taxi or something.
Here's my question. What would be the I'm sure there's been one since, but the last time I can remember a city-themed WrestleMania street fight, again, anytime I bring up old WrestleMania stuff, I pop CZ. Wasn't it the Hollywood street fight? Goldust and who was it? Wasn't it Goldust and Roddy Piper?
It was the Hollywood Backlot Brawl.
Hollywood Backlot Brawl, right? Wasn't it Goldust and Roddy Piper?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And in that street fight, they basically showed they showed footage of the O.J. Simpson Bronco chase.
Yes.
Oh my God.
What is the current day thing during the Sin City street fight that you can come on, man, we have to call it back. We can't show the Bronco. What's a current day thing that we can do?
A school shooting.
Oh my God.
You asked.
That's terrible.
Bring in the cast of Adora or something. I don't know.
Oh my God.
So, I don't know.
Lord, I apologize.
Man, this went off the rails.
I'm just showing my wrestling knowledge by dropping bombs like that. I just like making CCs happy.
So is somebody going to get slammed through a slot machine during this?
Oh,
I
that'd be
certainly
cool.
hope so.
I want somebody like in a cartoon or like in an old Western, like getting drugged through the craps table and all the chips flying up in their face. I want to see something like that.
Have you guys seen Twisted Metal yet? That's literally like the scene with Samoa Joe when he's Sweet Tooth. He literally is in a casino just beating the shit out of him. Just everywhere the guy goes, he's just beating on him, throwing him through a slot machine, picks him up, slams him on a baccarat table. You're like, Jeebus, dude.
Can we rig a bigger slot machine, have somebody's head stuck in where the coins drop, and then the other one pulls the lever down and all the coins come raining down on the
Speaking of that, do we know what the stage looks like yet?
No, not yet.
So
what if there is a big slot machine?
The concept drawing actually looked like a Vegas hotel in the background.
Oh, yuck.
The stage is huge. We know that. We don't know exactly what it is yet.
Is it WrestleMania 33 huge? The biggest ramp of all time?
It looks like it's got that big of a ramp on it. So, yeah, it does look like it has a pretty giant ramp. So, thankfully we're indoors. It won't get rained on, and nobody will fall down it like Dana Brooke did.
Oh my God, I remember that.
But no, man, let's street fight opener. Get the crowd going. A lot of plunder, a lot of crazy stuff, and I think you have Drew win here.
Regal, I'm going to need you to say plunder the proper way like Dusty Rhodes does.
Plunder to Benny Welly, if you will.
That was good.
So I
really
think they'll
was.
do this. I think they'll do this right. I think these are two motivated guys. They, if you look at the broad scope of things, probably feel like they should be in a bigger match, so to say. Both former champions, kind of a rematch of last year's WrestleMania on night 2. Different circumstances, of course, this year. I think these guys are going to go out there and just tear it down, to be honest with you. Get the crowd going. Great way to start a show. Where do you want to go next?
I would go women's tag title match next.
Okay. Liv and Raquel are defending against Bailey and your favorite Regal, Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, you don't like her?
So here's the thing. I've come to appreciate that Lyra Valkyria is very good in the ring. I just think she is a charismaless void.
Okay.
I don't see anything about her that's special. She's, like I said, technically great, fundamentally sound, but it just doesn't click for me. I don't understand what makes her like somebody that I would be like, okay, I got to buy a ticket to see this person.
That's understandable.
That being said, I think her and Bailey win. Plus 4,000 on Bailey wearing shorts for this match. I can always read.
Oh, you don't talk about my second crush like that.
I will always dream of the day Bailey finally blesses us by wrestling in shorts gear. But
mercy, I don't think she will.
Unfortunately, probably not. But again, I have no problem with anybody in this match. This is just a match that is going to fill out the card. Obviously, these two acts are both relatively over, but I think the baby faces win here.
Oh, repeat that one more time.
I think the baby faces win here. I think as we'll get into it, I'll save my bigger take for. I have a bigger take that goes along with that, but I'll save that for later.
Okay, we kick off the show with the street fight, the Sin City street fight. We then booked Liv and Raquel against Bailey and Valkyria. Go to match 3. If we subscribe to the theory we talked about earlier, where your top 2 matches go on first and last, I would have had this one go on first, but I don't know if it's too soon for it. The Intercontinental 4-Way. Is it too soon for that, or do you book one more match before that?
I think that's fine here because I think it's a decent spot here. I think that match is gonna be really good. It's gonna be fun. The moment that Dom wins, spoiler alert, I think he's gonna win. The moment that Dom wins when he pins Finn Balor is gonna be, we're all gonna sit up and we're gonna be like, oh yeah, they did the thing, and we're gonna be happy that they did the thing.
Everybody knows it. My boy, Dirty Dom, going for the win. But yes, I said I had a bigger take. Here's my bigger take. Dom is pinning Finn, possibly with Liv's help. The Judgment Day has run its course. It is done. It is time for it to go. You can turn Finn babyface, and then you have a pre-built storyline in a few months when the former Jordan Devlin comes back.
Well, I was just going to ask you, when is he back? Does he make an appearance here?
Wouldn't that would be a great moment if he were able to make an appearance here. Yeah, I think the Finn babyface turn is coming. Obviously, I think Dom cheating to win the Intercontinental title, possibly pinning Finn, would be a great story. And I think Braun Breaker is, as we say in the business, he's losing upward. He's going to drop the IC belt and probably be in a feud for one of the 2 world titles fairly shortly.
I'm all about that. I'm all about that. Braun Breaker is fantastic, and him losing upwards is only a win for everybody involved, everybody watching, everybody in the business. I'd love to see that.
I said the same exact thing last year, CZ, if you remember, when Gunther lost to Sami Zayn, lost the Intercontinental Championship. I'm like, the future's bright. You know, bigger things are ahead. So I totally get that with Braun Breaker losing here. I saw a meme or something. I saw something on my social media thread earlier today that said, you know, a match where no one's going to be upset with who wins. All four guys are guys that, you know, like I think are over and that people have a following of and like genuinely like I got nothing against any of these four guys. I love watching all four of these guys. So it's going to be a fun one. These guys are going to go out and tear the house down.
You know, we're talking about losing upwards and people who are in or should be in the main event picture. Someone who's been out for a while that I would love to see come back and get thrown into the main event picture. And Regal, I'm going to turn to you and see if you know anything. Where has Ilya Dragunov been?
Obviously still injured. Have not heard anything recently about a timetable for a return for him.
Mid to late August.
Hope possibly maybe in time for SummerSlam. We would hope, but
maybe.
Yeah, a guy who I am looking forward to seeing come back because the guy had momentum before he got injured. Unfortunately, that was a terrible timed injury for him.
Yes,
and I do think he is a special talent. So
I would, if you book right now, at some point in the next year, a triple threat between Gunther, Braun Breaker, and Ilya Dragunov, I want to be front row for that match and put a title on it to make it even better. Icing on the cake.
Be pretty cool.
I can't say anything more than that. I'd be there for it. I'd be down for it. You wouldn't hear me panning it by any means.
And I apologize for the sidebar. We're talking about people who should be in that main event picture. Ilya's always been there in my mind. It needs to be built there. And yeah, his injury was very, very untimely because he had some momentum going.
Can I circle back here to the match? It's a little unfortunate that we're not getting a one-on-one with Braun and Penta. I think that is a matchup that's worthy of a stadium show. I think that's a legitimately awesome match. But the four-way will be fun. It's a bit lazy. It's again another example of lazy booking, but I think the match will be good.
You know, I see what you mean with the lazy booking thing, but I also think it's a way for them to get guys on the card.
This Mania definitely the triple threats, the fatal fours. There's a lot of we're trying to shoehorn as many guys onto the card as we can.
Absolutely.
So I don't necessarily mind it. I mean, you have the fatal four-way here, and I think this could be one of the more entertaining, fun matches of the weekend. And then what do we got left?
We got
you've got AJ Styles and Logan Paul, and you've got the women's triple threat match.
I'd go women's triple threat here. We'll go women's triple threat here, I'd say.
Yeah,
this is probably the rivalry that has had the best build, in my opinion, going into WrestleMania. The three of them have knocked it out of the park, in my opinion, with what the story they're telling, with Rhea being kind of on the outskirts and forcing her way into the match. You knew it was going to be a triple threat, but how they got there, I thought was really well done.
I think this has honestly been possibly the second best, besides Cena and Cody, the second best built match on the card. You have three competitors who are all very over. They are the top three women in the WWE, in my opinion. I've said forever that Bianca and Rhea are my 1A, 1B. Io is also amazing. I want to give a shout out to Adam Pearce because he played his role in this to a T. I love Adam Pearce playing the authority figure that is just absolutely over everything at this point. He's just
yes.
like, I work at an insane asylum. This is ridiculous.
He's in over his head, and he damn well knows it.
He plays the perfect straight man to all the craziness around him.
Yes.
And he does it in a way that it's a slightly different way. That one of the things I also like is it's a slightly different way that Aldis does it. Aldis is a little bit more of the old school classic authority, whereas, Adam Pearce is a little bit more of the, I don't want to say Mike Adamley, but a little bit more of the the trade's just waiting to go run off the tracks every time.
Right.
But no, great build. I think these three are all amazing performers. I think this match will be excellent. Possibly one of the best matches of the weekend. And if I got to pick a winner, I think I'm just going to go with who's going to get the biggest pop. And I think, as we say, mommy's always on top.
Interesting, because I think Bianca's going to win. I think it's kind of been setting up for that. I think if we get out, I like her a lot, but I do think if we come out of here with Rhea winning all of this just for Rhea to win again, that would be a bit. I don't know.
Low-key, Io walks out with the title.
That'd be cool. I'd be happy. It's my girl.
I think
my girl.
The way that I would do it with the way Io has been booked in this whole build, her just getting pushed aside by Bianca and Rhea, I think this is the perfect time for her to get that WrestleMania win and walk out with the title.
It'd be really good. It would be a good thing. It'd be cool. I'd be for it.
Shank, what do you think? When you get a moment.
Yeah. I think I'm about to turn this corner into somebody's yard. And then once I tear into their grass a little bit and give them a new garden, then I'll tell you about how I feel. Oh, shut up, man. John Deere, I swear to F. You boys are something different.
I feel like I'm playing like Farm Simulator.
Farm Simulator. I am too, dude, but guess what? I can't see above my cab, and I'm not doing as good, and I'm kind of scared.
You need that third person
Click the
view.
zoom out button.
Yeah.
You got to change
That's
your
what I
viewport.
need. Bro, I'm trying. The buttons aren't working.
This is the first time I've ever done a podcast with a guy driving a tractor. I will say that.
Bro, I'll say one other fucked up thing, but I don't want to sell myself out for being a dirty person. But I was actually on a podcast one time while fornicating with a woman. And it's fucked up, but yeah.
That's wild.
Actually, 2 count. Actually, the podcast I was on, fucked up. Yeah, it was messed up. She was the one doing it to me, but
And you gave her the 2 count, right?
oh no, dude, I got to woo, and then I just, me, brother. What are you gonna do about it, man?
Is it safe to say this was the blow off?
Something like that.
Hey,
She
CZ
blew and told me to fuck off.
CZ and Nick, I just realized one thing. Shank, you got to come down to Quad City sometime and come to Lopez. We got a buddy that I need you to meet. We need to get the Shank and Stevie Mo together and see what happens.
Oh,
With a name like Stevie Mo, count me in. That's my S brother. If you ever watched Twisted Metal, the S Bros.
I'm telling you this, that's the collaboration we didn't know we needed.
Oh, please.
I got told in our locker room one time that I'm the Joey Diaz of our wrestling crew, and I'm like, dog, that's kind of fucked up, but very, very, very fucking spot on. I can see it.
I'll tell you what. I'll bring my podcasting equipment the day you're down at Lopez, and we will broadcast the Shank and Stevie Mo experience. That's the name of the episode right there.
I need a T-shirt. Does this guy have a T-shirt at least?
I'm sure it's probably something related to barbecue, but
Yeah, he's got a podcast.
Oh, then I'm in.
It'd be a.
Oh, then I am in.
It'd just be a T-shirt that says brisket on it. That's all that it would be.
Oh, he's an S word. I love him. Speaking of that, actually, talking about good food, the farmer's wife, she made homemade scallop potatoes and ham, and I'm not gonna lie, I honestly thought about ending my life right there because I figured that was a high note. You know, I could go out on that.
That sounds pretty amazing.
Good. That does sound
She made homemade apple crisp, brothers. I still gotta pay. I still gotta bite. Let me try to swing this camera once. Oh no, it ain't gonna do it. Whatever. But look, she made her own apple. I was like, Jeebus. Oh, and it's against the diet. Don't tell Bryce Jordan because he'll fucking slit my throat twice. But what do you do? It's a good time though, man, boys. You guys been carrying this podcast for me. I'm just out here looking good, collecting views just on you. I appreciate that.
You're out there doing God's work. You're tuned into Card Subject to Change, the podcast by the fan.
Look how bright that damn fucking, look at that thing, dude. That is bright.
This is our WrestleMania panel. We are discussing WrestleMania 41. We're on night 2. We have 2 more matches to discuss, but we, of course, are joined by the Shank, Joe the Show Winkel, Sir Timothy Regal, my co-host, the Wizard CZ. I'm never wrong, Nick Bull, Logan Paul, AJ Styles. Who's excited?
Loki, hell yeah.
It'll be cool.
I'm interested because there's a potential this might be AJ doing the favor on the way out. So
I also think Styles is going to go out there and show everybody he can still do it at this age. I think I'm really looking forward to this match. You're probably right. Is his contract expiring, Regal?
His contract is expiring. He has not re-signed, and I gotta think he's one of those guys at this age. There's a big bag of money in Jacksonville for a lot less dates and a lot less strain on his body if he wants to take it.
Fair enough. So this could be Rey Mysterio's last WrestleMania. This could possibly be AJ Styles' last WrestleMania.
AJ Styles, get ready to learn Death Riders, buddy.
I am. I'm looking forward to this match. I know people give Logan Paul his grief. I'm not a fan of his by any means. But I know and his matches don't disappoint. He doesn't go out there and crap the bed, and he's working with these guys for a reason. So athletically, he's probably better than 80% of the roster. I mean, he's just a freak of nature. I mean,
he's kind of got to win one of these matches too, right?
Yeah, I think this is probably the one he wins. When you talk about Styles, like Regal just added previously here, that you talk about Styles' contract expiring with really no talks and no way of coming back. Maybe he's a part, of the post-Mania. Maybe he's a part of that, not getting let go, but his contract expiring. But I'm looking forward to this match. This is a match I also thought could possibly open the show if the street fight did. So putting it here, I think, is fine because everybody is ready. Everybody's geared towards what's going to happen. Is history going to be made? We're talking about Cody Rhodes, John Cena, main event night 2 of 41. Is history going to be made? Does Cena pass Flair?
Short version, yes.
I am literally right here. I am 50-50. I keep going back and forth on which way this is going to turn. You're going to put me on the spot?
Yes, that's what we're here for.
I'm going to go yes. I think Cena wins. I think he carries it to SummerSlam. Probably drops it to someone, possibly Cody, possibly a Braun Breaker, and then turns back babyface for his fight to go out and end it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. Is Ric Flair really gonna be sitting ringside? Do we know? Because I actually think that would be an amazing touch if they had Flair sitting ringside.
I want Cena to go over and hold that belt right in front of Flair as the heel post-match if he wins. That to me redeems them for having Jay win and having Charlotte win. I'd be like, redeemed. Okay, I'm back. I'm cool. I'm happy. I'm not going to complain because that's iconic. That's iconic. That's a moment. Like everybody's going to know where they were if Cena does this, and to have him go over and maybe Flair sticks his hand out to acknowledge him, and maybe Cena does the old, goes in and pulls the hand back and then holds the belt up. I don't know. That would be awesome in my opinion, and that's what I'm dreaming for. That's what I want to see at the end of this match.
He doesn't shake his hand. He stares into his eyes and he says, "Now I'm the man." And he walks out. Cena has to win, otherwise what was the point of the last 3 months? I initially thought, my initial take for Johnny Peacemaker Cena was you have him continuously be inches short, and then he eventually finds a way to win on his last day. And then you vacate the title, and the 2026 Royal Rumble is for the vacant title. It would have been cool. Callbacks to 1992 or whatever. Now we're here. I think he's got to win. There are some really cool matches that heel John Cena can be lined up for over the next few months for the world title.
Yep.
John Cena versus heel John Cena versus face Randy Orton. I'm here for it. The promo would be very interesting. Isn't it
Backlash? Have you seen the Backlash poster
with Randy and the Snakes? Yeah. Oh yeah. We're guys. Cena Orton is main eventing Backlash. I'm just throwing that out there so everyone knows. I will be stunned if it doesn't happen. Heel Cena versus face Punk.
Yes.
I'm here for it. Would be cool.
I know we talked about his contract expiring, but I would love to see Cena and AJ Styles run it back before AJ leaves.
God, one more time.
I'm just saying.
God, one more time. It'd be cool. But yeah, I think at this point, I'm sure you eventually probably put the title back on Cody at some point, whether it be SummerSlam, which it always everything's got to happen at SummerSlam, or WrestleMania, or I guess, or you have them.
We do have the first ever 2-night SummerSlam coming up, so
that is a good point. Yeah. That is a great point. I forgot about that. See, I don't know. I don't know what you do and how he loses it, but he's probably got to win here. Which is fine. I'm okay with it. I'm here for it.
When AJ retires, does he go back to TNA on like a 1-day contract and retires there like they do in the NFL?
I would love that. I really would.
Is he already in their Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think he is.
Now we got one more Samoa Joe AJ Styles match left in us in AEW, boys. Come on now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how much more he wants to wrestle or can wrestle. I think Styles knows, hey, I've kind of made it out on the better end. I haven't really had, anything that's ended my career. I can still walk and all this stuff. I don't think he'll go to AEW. I really don't. I could be wrong though. I could be.
Well, you're never wrong, but
that's right. I'm never wrong. It's not a gimmick. It's a lifestyle. I get it. I know. No, I think Cody Cena is going to be there. There's going to be multiple run-ins. There's going to be shenanigans galore. But I think I just think these guys are going to deliver. I really am looking forward to this match more so than I am the triple threat match on night one. Just because this Cena thing's been done right. And I want to give credit to who said it earlier. If Cena doesn't win, then these last 3 months are for naught. Who was it? Was that you, Joe? Credit. I heard somebody say it. I was taking notes, writing it down. I couldn't hear, didn't see who said it. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, you had this great thing, and now it doesn't. I see Cena walking out. I see Cena breaking Flair's record, and I believe Flair stated he was going to be there. So, oh my God, just the image of Cena standing in front of Flair as the man.
Cena's stuff, bro. The promo Cena would cut on Monday night would be so fucking good.
If,
He's never
if he
been
got a
this
word,
good
if he
before.
got a word out, he'd get booed for the first 15 minutes.
He would, but the thing is like he can talk through them and like it'll work because people want to hear him speak. You think of some like older stuff where like Roman, they just kept booing him. It's because people didn't really, because he couldn't cut a promo back then. People want, like in the international crowds, they were booing like crazy, but Cena just popped because Cena's good. People want to listen to Cena talk.
Right.
It'll be great. Like some of the stuff that he had been saying to Cody, man, like, I went back I think 2 days ago to rewatch that segment of them back and forth. They're so great. It's like if LeBron and Kobe were in the finals and they played each other. It's like if, we never got Brady. We never got Brady versus Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl, but if it was, it'd be this. This is two of the greatest guys of their generation. Cody's been the ace of the universe for the last, 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. All the Roman stands that talked all this shit, thinking that he would just, they like Twitter is such a funny place because they try to say all these things that got all these people crying into their pillows while their tribal chief like sits at home and does nothing and is just lazy and boring more times than not. And it's sad because Roman is awesome, but wrestling Twitter annoys me because they want to say how Cody's washed and Cody sucks. Like this dude is so insanely over and amazing. And everything that these two guys have seen and Cody have done in-ring wise has been good. The problem is there just hasn't been enough of it. I hope Friday night we get one more just, back and forth.
Little teaser.
The promo in London, man, was one of my favorite promo like back and forths I've seen in a long time.
Very well done.
It was outstanding.
You brought up Twitter, and I'm going to say this. I just want to preface this. Always remember that the majority of the WWE audience is not internet.
Oh, I know.
Wrestling.
I know.
And for those people that aren't internet wrestling Twitter, Cody is mega over. That's why a lot of people on Twitter, like I said, I don't really think Jay is main event guy, but to the people that are watching WWE every week, to the people that are buying the Mania tickets, he is. So do it. One thing I want to say about this match that I have loved is, to me, this whole build has been the story of two guys who made who had to make a decision. One made one and one made the other, but essentially they're two sides of the mirror. They are the mirror image of each other. They are the blue collar working class hero. The only difference is one listened to the poison, the other one didn't. And that is why I thought, like, the back and forths have been great, the promos have been great. I think this match it might not be a 5-star Meltzer classic, but it's going to be a spectacle. It is.
Yep.
There are technical classics. There's your Flair and Steamboats, your Savage and Steamboat.
Yep.
But then you have your Andre and Hogan, your Rock and Hogan. And I think you're going to put this one in that category where it's not going to be possibly not the greatest match, but you're going to have that moment when they're facing off and that crowd is going insane.
Right.
And that is what WrestleMania is about. And at the end of the day, I think Cena breaks the record, and I'm looking forward to it.
The parts that you talked about how they're the same person is what's made their interaction so great. Like Cena saying to Cody how, like, you're this industry created thing who can only get over on certain gimmicks, while Cody is like, you literally were propped up and chosen by everybody, and you made wrestling fans hate wrestling for a long period of time. And Cena also being like, the line where he was like, I don't bury talent, I am talent, I bury mediocrity, is like, it's so true. It's not. It's part true, part like, oh, that's supposed to make me hate you because you actually quote unquote buried some of our favorites, but also it's like that's how he should feel. He should look at it like I'm the greatest of all time, and he thinks that Cody is a ripoff of him. Him saying like I was looking because I sent a quote to my friend during that where he talked about where he looked at Cody and he said, "You with that disgusts me." He said, "I made something meaningful, or someone mediocre wearing something meaningful," and and he points at the title. It's like all of that stuff. It's so good. It's so incredible. Like I never thought in the year 2025 I would be invested in John Cena, the wrestling character, because the heel stuff, like, it's better than I ever could have imagined. It's so people hated on, not hated, but people didn't like the "You People" promo, but it had to happen because, like, did he sound at times like kind of a sappy kid who was being bullied by his friends? Yeah, but that's the point. He said, "I've been in a toxic relationship with you people since he started," and that's the case. Like, no matter what he did, he'd be rejected. Why wouldn't he he literally, the first promo he cut when they were in Brussels or whatever in Belgium?
Yep.
That was him lashing out. It was amazing. Like, oh, it's so good. The match isn't going to be this 5-star Steamboat Savage classic, but it's going to be fascinating. It's going to be fascinating to see how they get to the outcome. The match is probably going to be worse than it. I should temper, like, they're probably going to have Cena wrestle like a heel, and it's going to be incredibly slow paced. But Cody makes everything work. So I think when the match picks up, it's going to be like, holy shit.
Yeah, they're going to take us. They're going to take us for a ride for
push
sure.
Push-ups on picket fences type ordeal.
Right.
I'm sorry I went long-winded there, but like it's a lot of really cool stuff. I wish they would have done more. It sucks that they haven't, but hopefully Friday night they do something that delivers. All in all, I'm really excited, man. It's really cool that we're going to get this, and I do think John wins.
I'm excited.
Shank.
Yeah. So you see what's happening right here? That's Cody Rhodes. He's going to lay down just like that. Look at that. See it? See it? Slowly but surely. When the attitude, when the FU hits, look at that. Just roll over to your back, Cody. Slowly but surely. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, what if he called it the FU again? Could you imagine?
Bro, my dick would get hard.
What?
I've been saying a lot of fucked up shit. I know. I'm sorry.
What's that pop going to be if Cena wins?
Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Pop.
For sure. History. History.
Oh yeah. The only thing is, I think it is going to be interesting to see possibly a Mania go off the air with the crowd, like, kind of mixed. But I mean, we went off the air at WrestleMania 2000 with everybody just wanting to leave. So, sorry,
you're not wrong.
Had to get a dig at the worst WrestleMania of all time. But no, I think, yeah, man, it's gonna be a spectacle. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's it's Mania weekend. We're already going. We're already off and running. Big things are happening. Y'all want a AEW spoiler?
Yeah, why not? What's AEW?
The wild card, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander.
Oh, for
No, you.
That is confirmed to me. So I did not see the result of the match, but I will tell you that Josh Alexander appears to be all elite.
Okay.
I've been kind of watching AEW through Twitter, and it seems like the show's been really good. Like, the matches have been awesome.
I will tell you the ID Championship Tournament show has been pretty solid so far. It's interesting to see actual people that look like pro wrestlers in a GCW ring for a change.
Hot take there. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Real quick, hang on. We got a buddy of ours that works over there sometimes.
A lot of people look like pro wrestlers. Then you got guys that look like Jimmy Lloyd. So, I'm
a bushel of jelly, man. That's all I am. I am a straight bushel of jelly.
I am not anyone to judge anyone's physique. I'm a fat dude too. So,
who are you telling?
Well, I used to be in good shape, but then you get a little fat.
Now you are a shape.
Round is a shape.
Yeah, round. That is one. No, I'm like two shapes. I'm a palm bottle, dude. I got tits. Good. I'm like a bisexual's dream, dude. I got tits and a dick.
Real quick, since I think we're putting a bow on it. What's everybody looking forward to at the Hall of Fame?
I won't be watching it because it's
the ending
at midnight in Illinois.
Yeah, the end.
Yeah. Hall of Fame starts at midnight this year. That's insane.
I'll see the highlight package they run on NXT or Mania Night 1 the next day.
There, exactly.
Hey, I'm just happy, even though it's just a legacy win. Kamala going in, that man deserves 1,000,000 times over to be a Hall of Famer. People do not realize the level of draw that Kamala was first in the territories and actually had the highest drawing house show program with Hulk Hogan back in the day. A lot of people do not realize that. I'm interested to see how Michelle McCool tries to justify herself going into the Hall of Fame. That speech needs to be about 3 minutes long.
And that'll be 3 minutes too long then.
Yeah. And then
I just want to thank Undertaker.
Then over under on a half hour for Triple H's acceptance speech.
Oh.
Over.
Cruise.
I'm also going to lean to the over.
Well, as you said, Sir Timothy Regal, we are close to wrapping up here. Before we go, Nick has something to say. He's going to shut me up.
Nope. I want to bring up one more thing, and then you take us home. Randy Orton, does he get a match?
Hopefully.
I hope he does.
Hopefully.
And then a couple notable names that are gone, not even on the show. Sami Zayn, Solo Sikoa. I just, was Sammy hurt? Something up, or they just don't have anything for him?
Can I throw out the wild card that my good friend Doug Ritter shared with me the other day for the Randy Orton opponent?
Sure.
Nick Aldis comes out and says, "Well, I can't wrestle you, but I have a friend who can," and making their one appearance in WWE. They're in the video game next month. The Monster Abyss.
Ooh.
Abyss versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania.
Wouldn't that be something?
Hey, I'd be fine with it.
Shout out to Abyss, also aka my buddy Chris Park. I don't think that would happen, but I guarantee if it did, you would be able to hear my scream from about 100 miles away.
We'll be listening for it at the Highview.
Absolutely.
So I want to give everybody a chance to plug their upcoming activities before we get off. I want to first of all thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. Shank, you being the road warrior, doing God's work out there in the field, as well as talking with us about wrestling. So thank you very much. Regal, you're always welcome. Joe, you as well. All three of you are always welcome on the show. Regal, I'm going to start with you. What's coming up SCW wise and in your world?
Well, like I said, I always say if you want to follow me, it's at SCWRegal444 on Twitter. Obviously, the main plug I'm going to always make is follow at SCWPro on Twitter. We will be back in action next week, obviously, with our final show of the year at the Wildwood Smokehouse and Saloon. And then we will be back in action on May 17th at the Bluegrass Community Center. And then it's straight ahead. All systems go all summer long. Will be Bluegrass up in Iowa City. We will be all over the place. It's going to be a fun summer, but yeah, mainly check out at SCW Pro.
Absolutely. Joe, talk about what you've got coming up here. I know you just started a new show. Give us the highlights.
So, Burdened by the Bear, Chicago Bears podcast.
Go Pat, go.
As you guys, yeah, there you go. As you guys like to say, it's a podcast by a Bears fan for Bears fans. Hey, gimmick infringement.
That's not going to work. For me,
that's not going to work for us, brother.
Yeah. Today I graded the off season. Next week we're going to be doing a bunch of draft stuff for the Burden by the Bear show. So come and check it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Burden by the Bear. Would really appreciate it. We will be also Educated Ignorance on Friday night, preview for the playoffs, awards. We'll have that late Friday night during the play-in, after the play-in. I don't really know when. Saturday night, it's going to be fun. It's going to be an Educated Ignorance episode from the High View. Nick and CZ are going to be on. We're going to talk about the day, for day one of the NBA playoffs, live from the High View. Me, Nick, and CZ on the Educated Ignorance podcast. Can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome.
You'll be educating my ignorance on that one.
Exactly. And then next week, Wednesday night, Educated Ignorance, round one. I think our third or fourth. I think our fourth annual round one live mock draft. Me, Blake, Nick, Ethan, Mac will all be on it. And then next Thursday, I don't know. I'm shooting with you here. Shout out to the Stone Cold podcast. Nick, CZ, you guys are invited to come to Kavanaugh's and hang out next Thursday for the draft show. I know Nick has stopped by a couple times the last few years. We're doing that again. It is going to be my partay, and can't wait. Should be fun. So yeah, trying to fill out the guest list for that one. But yeah, NFL draft show 8 days from tonight. And that's kind of that's our busy slate for the next kind of week and change.
Sounds fantastic. Shank, I'm going to leave things with you. I know you got a big match coming up here in just over a month. If you're still with me, buddy.
Oh, he got kidnapped.
Lost Shank.
Clown in a cornfield.
He may be driving and not able to speak. But
that's fair. I'll just say this: APW Absolute Pro Wrestling also has a show on May 17th. Shank gets his shot at the title against Aaron Von Baron. I will personally be up there for that show. Jason Prentice and I are going to do another pre-show podcast. So excited about that. I know a little disappointed I won't get to go to SCW Pro, but I'm excited because I love doing those pre-shows up there. It's a lot of fun. As far as we go here at Card Subject to Change, obviously, we've got our big Mania week still to come. I'm going to throw a graphic up, and Nick's probably going to yell at me because of the title. He didn't get back to me or to approve it. So
yeah,
Saturday,
you have to read my comment.
Saturday, following night one of WrestleMania, like Joe said, he's going to be on our show. We're not going to be on Educated Ignorance, but we'll be celebrating Yeatlemania as Jay wins the title. As much as all of us really are disappointed that that's going to happen. So right after, I don't have a graphic for our next show, but we're going to be joined by Jason Prentice next Tuesday to recap all things Night 2 and Raw after WrestleMania. And Joe, you talked about the draft coming up and the FFSQC draft show next Thursday. The following Sunday, when we're back to our normal time, you and our tribal chief are coming in, and it's going to be you two against me and Nick. We're doing a fantasy draft for Raw and SmackDown.
Let's go. We're here. I forgot about that.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to this weekend. Lots of wrestling all across all kinds of platforms, not just WWE. The wrestling world descends onto Vegas, and there's shows going on right now. Now up until Mania, even after Mania Night 1, with the Joey Janela Cluster F, but plenty of wrestling to partake. Enjoy responsibly, fellas, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We are already going. Like I said, it's been wrestling pretty much round the clock for the next 4 days. So
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I took some time off of work just so I can be wrestling 24/7. I just want to give one more shout out to our good friend, the one called Manders, I'm looking forward to. That's one of the big matches I am looking forward to the most over the weekend is him versus Zack Sabre Jr. I'm so excited. That's going to be fantastic.
yeah, man, Manders has a huge weekend that I'm really excited. Obviously, friend of mine, one of the best people I know, but dude deserves all this, and I think he's going to be a person that's going to be getting a lot of talk by the end of the weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Shank, I see you're back with us here.
Yeah, hit a button wrong.
Hey, that happens, brother. I kind of talked about it for you.
You guys, I'm actually getting chewed out right now, but messed up while you guys are talking.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. Next time. Don't worry, guys. I'm only going to get hit.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts from you, Shank? You want to talk about your big match coming up next month?
Yeah, no, if anybody's around in the Waterloo area, come watch me actually physically murder somebody. Aaron Von Baron is going to die for all the stuff he has said to me, all the crap he has put me through. It's not even just this time. I mean, my whole life, dude, my whole wrestling career, I should say. He's just been a thorn in my ass after I thought he was my buddy. So, Aaron Von Baron, RIP, May 17th, 2025. He's dying at 40.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all things WrestleMania. That is going to wrap everything up for the Mania paneling that we have done here tonight. Excited, so stay tuned. Go out, enjoy all the pro wrestling there is to enjoy this weekend. For my tag team partner, Never Wrong Nick Bull, I am the Wizard CZ. This is Card Subject to Change, powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, colored by Ryan Allison Tattoo, and of course, protected by Jared Zook, Country Financial. We will be back here with Joe the Show Winkel on Saturday following WrestleMania. Until then, go enjoy wrestling.
This has been a For Frequency's Sake Podcast Network production. For more great content, subscribe to For Frequency's Sake on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.